How many countries do you know which have their names starting with the letter Z?
Um, just two countries, Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Actually, these are the only two countries whose name starts with Z. Incidentally, both these countries also share borders and are separated by the Great Zambezi River.
And I have a feeling that today's episode is about Zambia and its name.
Yeah, Zambia's etymology is pretty straightforward. It means land of the Zambezi River. But the interesting story is about Zambezi River. Zambezi is locally known as the Nyami Nyami. It is a god of the underworld and one of the most important gods of the local Tonga people. He has a snake torso and the head of a fish.
Does it not resemble a dragon? And if you think again, there are so many mythologies in which the gods of the underworld are serpent like.
Can you recall some other mythology? Let us know in the comment section down below. Nyami Nyami is believed to reside in Zambezi River, while his wives reside at the Kariba Gorge. The Tonga people believed that the river protected and provided for them. When the Kariba Dam was built at the Kariba Gorge, it separated Nyami Nyami from his beloved wife. This deeply offended Nyami Nyami and is considered to be the reason behind regular flooding and many deaths during the dam construction.
What? There were multiple deaths during the construction of Kariba Dam. This story also sounds equally intriguing. Tell me in details.
The name Kariba comes from the word Kariba or Karinga, meaning crack, which refers to a rock jutting out from the gorge where the dam was built. Tonga people believed that anyone who ventured near the rock was dragged down to spend eternity under the water. In 1957, when the dam was well on its completion, the Nyami Nyami struck. The worst floods ever known on the Zambezi River washed away much of the partly built dam and the heavy equipment.
Many workers must also have been killed during these floods.
Yes, some of the bodies disappeared mysteriously. An extensive search failed to find the bodies, and Tonga elders were asked to assist as they knew the river better than anyone. Elders explained that Nyami Nyami has caused the disaster and to appease the wrath, a sacrifice should be made.
This sounds bizarre. To make a sacrifice. But again, I am thinking from my perspective and my time period. Maybe they thought otherwise.
Actually, desperate situation calls for desperate actions. Hence, in desperation, the search party agreed for the sacrifice. A black calf was slaughtered and floated on the river. The next morning, the calf was gone and the workers' bodies were in its place. The disappearance of the calf holds no mystery in the crocodile invested river. But the reappearance of the workers' bodies 3 days after they have disappeared has never been satisfactorily explained.
This is mind boggling. Bodies reappearing after 3 days in a crocodile infested river.
Hold on, this is not it. After the disaster, flow patterns of the river were studied to ascertain whether there was a likelihood of another flood, and it was agreed that a flood of comparable intensity would only occur once every 1,000 years. But the very next rainy season, floods returned and were worse than the previous year. Nyami Nyami has struck again, destroying the Coffer Dam, the access bridge, and the parts of the main wall.
All this sounds so surreal. It must have given a cold feet to the workers then. Zambezi's two worst floods struck in 2 consecutive years and at the time of the dam's construction. But looking back from today, we know that the project survived and the Great River was controlled. In 1960, the generators were switched on and have been supplying electricity to Zimbabwe and Zambia ever since.
However, the Tongas still believe that Nyami Nyami and his wife have been separated by the wall across the river, and the frequent earth tremors felt in the area since the wall was built are caused by the spirit trying to reach his wife, and one day he will destroy the dam.
It's fascinating to discover that such simple names of places have such intricate history woven into them. We don't realize how local mythologies and folklore have influenced the world map.
Namodayam
Namodayam
Eva
Eva Satya.